Introduce us, where are they?
Then, Ernie Hudson talks about rumors of a Ghostbusters 3, what he thinks of the new Ghostbusting Girls team, and his new all-star series, Grace and Frankie. This is The View, with Whoopi, Nicole Wallace, Rosie Perez. And today, Raven Symone, Paula Ferris, and Tony Braxton hit the co-host chairs. It all starts now.
We miss her dearly. Let's all send her a mwah. But I promised yesterday to never, ever subject you to a Whoopi-free hour. So we have found a way to get her on the show. She would never, ever in a million years let us show clips from her movies when she's here. So while she's away, well, the cat's away, the mice will play. Yes. What do you have for us, Rosie?
Well, today we're going to look back at her Oscar-winning performance as Oda Mae Brown in the classic Ghost. So take a look.
He wants me to tell you what he's saying word for word.
Molly, you're in danger.
Now, you can't just blurt it out like that and quit moving around, will you? Because you start to make me dizzy. I'll just tell her in my own way. Molly, you in danger, girl.
Miss Whoopi, definitely a mentor. But Miss Toni Braxton?
Yes.
Can I, first of all, Paula and I have been completely geeking out today because you're here.
I think we've all...
Okay.
Yeah.
And we want to pay you a musical tribute right now. You first? Would you like to sing?
Can you give us that? Are we going to sing?
I think we should sing her a little song just to say Toni Braxton's here.
Unbreak my heart. Okay, that's it. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. 7 whole days and not a word from you.
Get it, girl. Give me some.
And I'm just about...
I used to have to sing your song all the time. I love you, Toni Braxton.
We just defamed the song.
Apologizing for
Don't apologize for yourself, but I'm sorry. It was 2 octaves lower than I originally sang it, but it was okay. I didn't know if you were singing or moaning. I couldn't.
And not only are you a 7-time Grammy Award-winning recording artist, you're also an actress and a star in your reality hit TV show, The Braxton Family Values. It's about to kick off its new season. What can we expect?
A lot of drama. We're family. But, you know, very important that we show people that just like every other family, we fuss and fight, but in the end, it's about love. Every family, but you always look this good.
She does. Okay, can I just say it's a family trait because I met your darling sisters. I love them too, down at a book signing down in Atlanta that Molly Hunter put together. And they had me laughing from the time they said hello. And all I kept thinking was, your skin is gorgeous, girl. And your skin, your family skin, your bodies are always tight and just beautiful.
You know, black
and
don't
talent.
crack. Black don't crack. But
And brown don't frown.
But you know what, though?
And brown don't frown, Jimmy.
It's cold on you. We are. No amount of night cream is going to help.
No, not us.
Right?
No.
But we are so excited. We're going to have a lot of fun. And speaking of fun, we're having a lot of fun with the headlines about Tom Brady and Deflategate. Super Bowl MVP Tom Brady. Yes. Well, he just took a major hit for, as we mentioned, Deflategate. The NFL has benched him for 4 games next season. It's going to cost
cost him roughly $2 million out of his salary, and his team, the Patriots, were then fined another $1 million, as well as losing draft picks next season. So we want to know, does the punishment fit the crime? Again, you guys, he is worth about $400 million, which is...
His wife's like little angel wings are worth more than he was fined. I mean, I think this is ridiculous, and I don't think any team would be unwilling to pay $1 million to have an advantage to win the Super Bowl. And I'm worried about I'm worried about the ball boys. You know, they were suspended indefinitely. Tom gets to come back after 4 games. The ball boys are out of work.
Yeah, I think he should be suspended indefinitely too. I don't think it's fair.
I think they're seeing him.
You know what, though? I think every team and every player, they're going to manipulate the footballs a little bit, and really you couldn't tell the difference. But the question was this going on all season, but there was really no smoking gun. There were no eyewitnesses. There was no video. He didn't hand over his phone, and he's going to appeal it.
Yeah, and I think that the NFL is just setting a precedence with Tom, and because of what happened with Ray Rice and how they botched that, and so I think that he's taken a bigger hit than he would probably have prior to the Ray Rice incident. That said, I think the punishment does fit the crime. I don't believe he should be suspended indefinitely. I mean, there's other people in not only in the NFL but in other sports who have done worse things.
Yes. Yeah. He's got a ring, everybody, so he's laughing right now. So.
A wedding ring or a Super Bowl?
I don't think he's a Super Bowl ring. No, Super Bowl ring.
It's his wedding ring that makes him happier, but I don't know.
But I don't think that he's laughing because Tom Brady will forever have an asterisk next to his name. And he was one of the considered, you know, one of the greatest players in football of our time right now, you know, but the team always had questionable behavior prior. Right. You know, they've been accused of cheating and busted for cheating prior, but
he lied to our faces. Like,
yeah,
I need a little bit more.
He had that little scruffy hat. I knew he was lying when I saw what he was wearing. That scruffy hat.
Yeah, somebody asked him in a press conference, they said, "Are you a cheater?" And he's like, "I don't believe that I'm a cheater." So,
well, yeah. And they're maintaining their innocence, the owner of the team, and they're going to appeal it. So
there's no denying he is a great quarterback.
Well, and my opinion,
ball, I'm sure he is a great quarterback.
in the news, George Zimmerman had yet another run-in with the law yesterday. A man who previously made a complaint against George for threatening his life. So George Zimmerman had been in a road rage incident before. He got into another fight, this time involving a gun. There were shots fired. I want to know, my question for you guys, do you think he's a bad seed, or do you think he's a target for constant criminal?
I think it's both. He's been in trouble 2013, 2014, and 2015, domestic violence, all kinds of things. And I think
he killed an unarmed innocent kid.
And he's
walking around. I don't know what else we need to know.
He was in an altercation with the same guy.
Right.
And this other guy also has been arrested at least 6 times. So I think there's a little bit of too bad.
He runs around with bad people. He's a bad seed and a menace to society.
And he's still carrying a gun.
Right. We will only be safe when he's in an ashram in India finding peace.
But we still know what's going on with him because now he's famous. Yes. Now we know him. Infamous, famous. That's a lot. He's a target. So anything that they do, they're gonna talk about it.
Do you feel sorry for him?
No.
What?
Tony, you don't feel sorry for him?
I don't feel sorry for him. No.
No.
Why?
I mean, I think that he's a little bit of a bad boy, and I think he puts himself in situations where he's looked at and he's going to be criticized.
Do you think he's just a magnet for trouble too?
I think he brings it on himself as well.
I think there's a lot of people in the world like that, and they just don't have a camera in front of them.
There you go.
Yeah, but they didn't also kill a young black unarmed
Some of them do, and still don't get a camera put on them.
But with him, it was. But with him, you gotta call it. And he is. I don't think he's just a little bit of a bad boy. I think he's a major bad boy. And I think that this is, you know, his karma.
I think he's a murderer and a criminal. I agree with Rosie. Don't leave us. We will be right back with more Hot Topics.
Idol's final bow. The bombshell announcement about when they're dropping.
That Tony Braxton is here, but what we're going to get to is Kanye West. He's one of the biggest superstars in the world, but the one thing that you never see, I see sometimes, is Kanye smile. But the other day at a basketball game, the cameras caught him breaking character, and the funniest thing is you could see the second he realized he was busted smiling.
He does smile.
What you think?
I heard, I don't know if this is true or not. You can tell me or not, Kanye, but I heard that he said he's going to stop smiling because he read a book from the 1800s and that cool people don't smile.
Oh, no, he did not.
Because of paintings. But then I was like, I thought they didn't smile because it took too long to paint and your cheeks would start to hurt. So I don't know which one it's for, Kanye.
We all know about my undying love for all things Kanye. And what I love about...
sarcasm.
No. Listen.
You like his music. You just don't like the
I do appreciate his music. Tony Braxton's here. I promised her I would not sing. Why? Explain.
Why? He has a new name. It is Dr. Kanye West.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
Yes, he does.
But why does it help?
He received an honorary doctorate
doctorate,
at the Art Institute of Chicago.
Yeah.
So.
And he didn't smile?
I'm for that, but why would he not smile? He loves Kimye, or whatever
It's
part
a
of
tough guy
Kimye she is. She's the kid. You know, like, why not smile? Like, he says he digs her, he loves the kid, he's down with Bruce, and I mean, like, what is he mad about? Still! He thinks he's the most genius. I mean, you are the translator. Help me see him. What is this about?
I've always said I think he's a musical genius, but I've also said he's a little weird and he's slightly off the beaten path. And I'm fine with that.
Most good artists are. Most artists are.
Exactly.
Most artists
I'm sorry, you're a brilliant actor, and you are totally normal. You are brilliant, you are normal, you are brilliant, you are mostly normal.
I'm weird.
I'm weird. Like, to be all Kanye'd up, you can't smile. I'm not buying it.
No, but I'm weird too. It's just that I keep it behind closed doors in Brooklyn. I'm serious. That's all. He has the audacity to put that out there, and like Raven said, most geniuses, musical artists, whatever, they are slightly off the beaten path, and they are living on a different planet, and they just come to Earth to visit us every now and then.
That is so true.
It is true. And while we're talking about musical genius, or maybe lack thereof, or maybe some genius, American Idol has just announced that it's dropping the mic.
She gave shade.
They said that next season was going to be their last. But I have a question for you, Tony.
Okay.
If you were... No. I said there's a lot of genius there. You have Carrie Underwood. You have Kelly Clarkson. A lot of people...
She's still on Kanye.
Yeah.
See, I've never even done that. I love Kanye's music. I'd sing it if Tony Braxton wasn't here. Okay,
I love Kanye as an artist. But I want to know, if you had just been starting out, would you have gone on American Idol?
Begged to be on the show.
Begged.
Really? Why?
Yes.
They would have begged you to be on the show.
You know, especially in the beginning, it was an outlet to be heard, and they put the talent out. They put albums out on them. You have Jennifer Hudson, who won an Oscar. I mean, they promoted the talent. It was important. Jordan Sparks. So many talents came out of that.
Kelly Clarkson. And let me ask you this.
Why Simon Cowell? You named everyone that was pre-Simon Cowell. That's very interesting.
I would love to have been on the show with him because his criticism was everything that the record
What
business
kind
is.
of judge would you have been, do you think?
Between Simon and Paula. Like right now, that's what
Like nice but honest.
Nice.
Can I ask you a question? So I watch all the singing shows, much to my husband's chagrin. What made Idol's winners successful recording artists where the other shows struggle in that category?
It was the first. And when you're the first, you know, you're the trendsetter. And I think they really promoted the artists. They put them on real record labels. They put them on everything. I mean, they did the American Idol tours, and you saw them. I thought they did a great job. They were a record company in itself, old school.
Yeah, right, and that's a good point, because Simon Cowell was a record company executive, so he understood the business. I don't know if you realize this, but I think it was one of the Jack the Rappers down in Atlanta, and you were just debuting, and you came out and sang. She quieted the entire convention.
I was 12 then.
Oh my God.
I mean, parts of me are 12 now.
Yeah.
So if you were on American Idol, I would have voted for you. I would have voted for you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
I still would if you were to go, you know, for the...
No one thought my voice still. Everyone thought I sound like a guy. Like
I think it's like this. I think it's
Tony Braxton. His voice is great.
I think it's so sexy.
I think it's better because it doesn't sit here in the nasal register. I do, it does. Some girls are just squealing at the top of their lungs. Not all, just some, and I'm just like, bring Tony back. So
I don't know anything about the nasal register, but I don't know Whoopi does this, so I'm just gonna go here. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie reportedly dropped $82,000 on snacks It doesn't say that. I'm just kidding. On food and drink while entertaining people at sporting events. Now, other than that it made you all giggle, I am alone on the panel in my love for Chris Christie, I think. I love him. But as a politician, like, how bad are the optics of this? RP, you're a political junkie.
Well, you know, the expense accounts for politicians is a very, very dangerous.
Tricky, right?
It's very, very tricky. It's very dangerous.
And he didn't do anything wrong legally. The RNC reimbursed all of the state funds. Taxpayers were not out for any snacks.
Right, exactly. But it's the fact that it was snacks and drinks. And who were those snacks and drinks for? I'm sure he didn't eat and drink everything. Of course. No, he did not drink every $82,000 worth.
I didn't say anything.
You don't have to.
I was about to ask.
Okay,
I was about to ask. What else can you use your expense account for?
So it's for entertaining. And then the other thing that Rosie's alluding to, like, politicians are always...
Yeah, there's a lot of things in regards to, like, Sheldon Silver, the former Assembly Speaker. You know, he was accused of holding a lot of politicians hostage by not allowing them their expense accounts. And so, you know, expense accounts for politicians is under high scrutiny. And for someone who's running for office, this does not look good.
Well,
it just doesn't look good.
He hasn't officially thrown, we should know, he hasn't thrown his name in the hat.
In the presidential hat. He's the governor of New Jersey,
But do you
big
think
state.
that this really hurts his chances?
No, because I think
it still doesn't look good because of the fact of that all of that money just for that at a ball game, and at a ball game that he gets free, he usually gets
$20 for a hot dog at the ballpark. Come on,
that's crazy. Well, that's a lot. $82K is a lot of money.
it's a lot of money and it's a thing that we all understand, right? Like, we all understand money spent on food and drink. So I think it's like...
The diva Miss Toni Braxton is here. Now, yes, darling. And, you know, it's funny, we were just talking about Chris Christie, and, you know, but the media is in a frenzy right now because the Democratic candidate, Hillary Clinton, has not spoken to the press in 20 days.
Who cares?
But in the age of social media, does it matter?
No, I don't. She just don't speak if you don't want to.
See, and this is what I think...
office.
She's talking to people, right? That's what you said.
She's talking to voters, but she's not talking to the media.
So this is the pass that I think voters and supporters are willing to give her, but it's, you know, Jeb Bush sat down for a 30-minute interview with Megyn Kelly. I think this campaign is going to test the relevance and the importance of, sorry, Paula, the mainstream media. I mean, do they need to talk to them? Do they need to come on Good Morning America, or can they just talk directly with their supporters through social media?
Is she tired of getting asked the same questions?
Maybe.
Probably.
Comes down to the role of the media, and the media is supposed to be an extension of the people and asking the questions that people at home are asking at the same time.
Yeah, but you can find someone at home to ask a politician just about anything. I mean, just ask Sarah Palin. But I think it's really, an interesting dynamic, and I think that the media is a lot more upset about this than the voters. But we'll see. It'll be an interesting dynamic in this campaign.
I want to ask you guys. Switching gears a little bit. There's a new study out that says fewer and fewer people identify themselves as Christian, and now they're identifying themselves more as atheists and agnostics, and it's really seems to be more of like a millennial. Listen, I'm Christian. I was raised Catholic. We switched to the Lutheran church. I went to a Bible college, and now I go to a non-denom church. I am born again. I love Jesus. I know some people don't. I respect our religions, but I can tell you that I think one of the reasons that Christianity has kind of lost its way is that Christians have lost their way. And I can say this, I stumbled, you know, a lot earlier in my life, and I stumble on a daily basis, but we're forgetting the principle, you know, they will know that you are Christians by your love for one another. And that's what it's about. And that's what a lot of Christians are forgetting to do.
Maybe it could also be that the world is changing. I mean, every religion has its time and place, pagan and other things, and then we start evolving as a people, as humans, and people start having other views of what's going on. Me personally, I'm all about energy, I'm all about light, I'm all about new age. I have a personal rejection to religion itself, but spirituality is through everybody, no matter what God you praise to.
Well, I think it goes back to what you said. I think it goes back to something that you said yesterday
about no labels. I don't think it's just a younger generation, but I also think it's my generation and older. I think we're coming to a place where we don't want to be labeled this religion or that religion, but it does not mean we do not believe.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's a big thing.
Tony, is this a big part of your life?
Well, you know, I'm a PK, I'm a preacher's kid. So for me, growing up, religion was very important. But as I've gotten older, I'm understanding that it's my personal relationship. So it becomes more spiritual. A lot of times in church, they don't talk about the personal relationship you should have with God. It's like a group of people deciding this is the way we're going to serve God, so it becomes a religion, sometimes a cult.
So when people ask you, are you religious, what do you say?
I am a Christian, but I'm more spiritual.
It's about a relationship, just like any other relationship that you have, spouse or friendship.
Roles sometimes.
There is a very interesting relationship. A recent poll found that having sex does not make people happier, and that too much time in the bedroom can actually make you depressed.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
What did they study?
Are you guys getting this? Are you buying this?
I'm not getting it.
No. I think every other study on planet Earth shows the opposite.
I think I kind of understand it in the sense that you're using muscles over and over and over again. You can
muscle. What?
Oh, yes, darling. Yes, darling. Yes, darling.
The JJ muscles are tired?
No, I think it's the hormone that gets pushed out. It's the hormone that gets pushed out all the time. This is my science, okay? It's the hormone when you just had your moment. If you use that too much, if you use it too much, you deplete it.
No.
This is my feeling on it, because I don't need sex all the time. I'm good for months at a time. I really am. I don't know
who are you having sex with?
I have really good sex, actually.
Okay, all right.
And I don't need it all the time.
You're not having enough.
I'm not having enough. No, seriously, my not OBGYN said, Tony, you need to start using your vagina more.
Oh, really? I swear to God, this is a true story.
Why would she say that?
Because I haven't used it almost 2 years.
There's nothing, almost 2 years. Oh my God, it's TV, I'm sorry.
Oh my God. History has been made here. Rosie Perez is blushing. We will be right back with Brandy. You look amazing.
Wow.
So good.
Thank you so much.
So, Brandy, Chicago is the longest-running American musical on Broadway. How nervous were you making your Broadway debut as Roxy?
Very, very nervous because it's my first time, and I really wanted to do a great job. I really wanted to bring my own perspective to the character and really give it all I had, and so it's going great, though. I'm having the time of my life. My whole life has changed because of this.
You said that this has made you feel 15 again. You look 15. But how did it make you feel 15?
Well, it just has awakened the child in me. You know, I felt like I stopped dreaming for a while, and so now I feel like this has restarted my life, and now I'm more creative, and I just want to do everything now because what this play has done for my spirit. You know, it really has awakened me in a different kind of way. Yeah.
And they say that Broadway humbles the artist's soul in so many ways, in really great ways. And opening night was very, very emotional for you, but also your entire family. They were out there supporting, and you said that your 12-year-old daughter was crying. Why was she crying?
I think she's just never seen me in that light. I mean, it's so many things I'm doing in the play. Like I play a puppet, and I'm dancing, I'm singing, I'm her mom. I'm just mommy to her. So for her to see me in that light, I just think she was just really proud, and she was just very, very supportive, and she was emotional. So
beautiful.
She said, "You're phenomenal, Mom. It was great," you know. So that just
I think you're going to be great in this role. I think as being a performer and an incredible singer. I mean, this woman's voice is one of my favorite contraltos ever out there. I mean, I love her. But what I think is great, you're going to be so phenomenal in that role because it's 8 shows a week.
Yes.
2 hours, 2.5 hours every night, sometimes 5 hours, and double shows. But what's great, singing on stage, singing in church, all that's prepared you for this moment. So for you to be effortless.
You think so?
I think you're going to be wonderful.
Okay, I'm ready.
I feel like I'm just eavesdropping onto my conversation going on. You know,
Brady, I want to ask you about your daughter, a 12-year-old. Her name is Sarah, right?
Yes.
And you talked about that emotional moment between the two of you, but you grew up under the scrutiny of the business, acting and singing at a young age. Does she want to follow in your footsteps, or are you okay with that?
She does want to follow in my footsteps. She can sing, she can dance, but I think that I want her to do it later. I want her to have a normal childhood first. I think that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite song in this play?
My favorite song is Roxy. I love the Roxy song because I get a chance to say this long monologue and I set it up and then I sing what I sing on it.
I heard that little run you did. That was pretty. Y'all hear that run she did? That was pretty incredible.
You know what I love is how your voice, I've never heard your voice, and I'm a big fan of you, you know, from way back. But I've never heard your voice so full and so strong in such a low octave. And it's just so beautiful and rich.
Thank you.
Really,
Thank you so much. Y'all just giving me all this love.
We love it. We love it.
I love it.
But I have to ask you, because you appeared in your first musical when you played Cinderella in 1997 in a TV movie, and it starred our Whoopi Goldberg, right? So excited to work with her. She's not here, so we're doing all sorts of things that she would never approve of. Can you tell us anything, any great memories or anything about her that she'd be embarrassed of if she was sitting here?
No, I don't have any embarrassing stories, but she was really supportive of me, and she really gave me a lot of great advice, and, you know, I loved working with her. I really did, and I loved working with Whitney Houston, and it was just really a great experience to be, you know, Cinderella and work with all these great legends, and it was awesome.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So now you also have a new sitcom on BET.
I do.
Yes, and it's coming out next year. Now tell us about it.
Okay, well, her name is Zoe Moon, and she's a cosmetics mogul. That's funny.
I love it. I love that. I love the name. I don't know.
Zoe
Me and Zoe,
Yeah, I love Zoe Moon. Me too. So she's a cosmetics mogul. She took the divorce money that she got from her husband and started her own company. And she's a mom. And she's just restarting her life, and you see her taking off and going in different directions and dating, and, you know, it's kind of cool.
Now that comes out next year, right?
Yes.
But when are you going to come out with a new album?
Yes.
I'm going to start working on the album right after Chicago.
We've known each other for forever.
And you know I'm like your biggest fan. Like
you know, I mean, we worked on the same lot together with Moesha and everything. I just want to say thank you so much for coming on, and congratulations on Broadway, sweetheart. You can see her in Chicago at the Ambassador Theater here in New York City until June 21st. We'll be right back.
I'll believe anything you say.
That was Ernie Hudson making comedy history in the classic Ghostbusters, and he's doing it again with an all-star cast in the new Netflix series Grace and Frankie. Take a look.
Grace, meet my friend Jacob.
Hey.
Frankie's told me so much about your sweet potato booth.
That's an odd thing as how I'm a yam man.
Are they the same thing? Rookie mistake.
Vastly different creature.
See, sweet potatoes are actually dicots.
The yam's a prime example of a monocot.
Mm-hmm. God's tuber. Don't I feel like an idiot? Well.
Please welcome Ernie Hudson.
Welcome, Ernie.
Well, thank you. It's so great being here. What a great audience. And,
So that's been 30 years. 30 years ago, Ghostbuster was in the theater, but at the time, did you know it was going to be an American classic?
Well, I knew the movie would be very successful and it would be a hit, so to speak, but I didn't think 30 years later I'd come to New York, and this morning already I saw a guy in his Ghostbuster jumpsuit with his backpack on, so that I'm a little surprised by.
I have have to say, I just dance to Ghostbusters theme all the time. Just Dance on Wii. That's like my favorite song to dance to. And I love Frankie and Grace. I think that's an amazing show, Grace and Frankie. But you've said that on Ghostbusters, it was the most difficult and most fun role that you've ever had. Could you explain?
Yeah, I think it was the beginning of my film career. I've been working as an actor for about 10 years before. But Ghostbusters was a big movie, and I think coming into it as an actor, you expect certain things. And unfortunately, the world just isn't the way you think it should be. So I think it took a lot of growing up and a big adjustment. I credit Harold Ramis for really being a good friend and just a good mentor. But it was, yeah, 30 years later, I'm very thankful. Seeing myself 30 years younger.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, I think that, I think Grace and Frankie is going to be a huge hit, and it looks amazing, and you star alongside an incredible cast that includes Martin Sheen, who was here yesterday, and Sam Waterston, and Jane Fonda, and Lily Tomlin. What is this show about?
Well, Marta Kaufman is a genius, and when I heard she was involved, and she was one of the creators of Friends, and now she's working on this show, I just wanted to be a part of it. But after I heard the cast, Jane Fonda, I mean, Lily Tomlin, you know, Sam Waterston, who I worked with on Law and Order, and Martin Sheen, and so I was just happy to be in the group, in the crowd. And you know, now at this stage of my life, I've been doing it so long. When I work on shows, I'm kind of the mentor. I'm kind of helping. You know, a lot of times people aren't sure what they're doing, so I kind of got to be there and coach. It was nice to work with people who I just had to show up and give my best work and watch them do the amazing thing that they do. So, so I'm a big fan of everybody, and just very, very thankful every day that I get a chance to play.
Yeah, and you play with Lily Tomlin. She's your love interest, right?
She's yeah. In this first season, we developed this really amazingly good friendship. Lily is so generous and sweet and giving, and so I'm having a great time. I think next season it'll develop more. I'm sort of I just work with Whoopi Goldberg in a show, and Whoopi, you know, I so wish that she was here, but I love her. She also is incredible, and I get a chance to work with some of the most amazingly talented people. I mean, what a great joy. And seeing you from Lackawanna Blues.
Oh, yes, we worked together on Lackawanna Blues. Yes, we did.
Yeah, good, you know.
Well, you know, and I just want everyone to know that you play Lily Tomlin's post-relationship hookup because her husband left her for another man.
Yes, her husband left her for another man.
Yes.
And so she needs, you know, a young hottie. So, hey.
Oh my God.
Like I said, I really love that show, but you're also in another TV original film called To Hell and Back about, can you explain your character in that? It's amazing, right?
Yeah, you know, I grew up in church. My grandmother was very religious. I heard you talking earlier about religion. And, you know, and I grew up with the Bible stories. And this is about the book of Job. And it's a modern day telling of that story. It was an amazing script. TV One did it, and I was so thankful to get a chance to do this movie. I know my grandmother, who's passed on, but she would have been so proud of me, and I'm so proud of the work. So if you get a chance to see it, it's called To Hell and Back. Wasn't crazy about the title, but it is a very, very a wonderful movie.
Before we let you leave, you've been married to your beautiful wife, Linda, for 30 years. You have 4 children. Can you give us some tips, some secrets from that beautiful, beautiful relationship?
Well, I've been married 40 years. No, that was kind of my, you know, I happen to be married to the most amazing lady in the world. And I spent the first 20 years trying to get her to, if she would just do it the way I think it should be done, it would be, we'd all be really happy. And then you realize that ain't never going to happen. So let me just appreciate and love her for who she is.
Get it, and our thanks to Paula Ferris. Raven Symone will be back tomorrow because we took all her photo IDs.
Yes, and have a great day, everybody, and take a little time to enjoy the view. Bye-bye.